The worldwide K-pop scene was suddenly cloaked in an unusual silence when shocking news started spreading like wildfire. Social media timelines were dominated by one name, Rosé from Blackpink. However, rather than the usual scandals, dating gossip, or internal strife stealing the spotlight, this time the unsettling revelation shook the industry to its core. An undeniable success free from controversy. In an arena defined by constant noise, this kind of hush felt strangely loud. Just hours later, it became evident this was no standard achievement post. Rosé's collaboration with Alex Warren, the track On My Mind, officially garnered gold certification in Canada after surpassing 40,000 units sold. While it appears to be a simple milestone on paper, behind the statistics lies a profound disruption to the expected survival of K-pop idols in Western markets. No aggressive marketing, no viral drama, no constraining narratives, just music calmly crossing borders. What makes this moment unsettling for the industry isn't the certification alone, but rather how it came to be. On My Mind was never marketed as a grand gesture. It arrived quietly, nearly unnoticed, relying on heartfelt resonance rather than flash. In a framework designed for idols to sell perfection, Rosé embraced vulnerability. And that choice brought to light a truth many companies desperately try to conceal. Connection holds more weight than control. Western audiences connected not to the Blackpink brand but to the authentic emotion in her voice. This undermines a long-held belief that K-pop artists can only thrive abroad through massive fan machinery. Instead, Rosé's achievement implies something more perilous for the industry. Authenticity succeeds, and when authenticity prevails, it endangers a system reliant on precision, pressure, and relentless competition. Beneath the brilliance of this accomplishment lurks the heavy burden of expectation. Every move Rosé makes is scrutinized, analyzed, and compared, not just against Western stars, but against her own group, her history, and the stringent standards of K-pop. Gold certification is not merely acknowledgement, it's heightened pressure. Because once an idol demonstrates they can stand independently, the industry ensures they never have a moment's reprieve. And this is merely the beginning. If this moment made you stop in your tracks, then you'll definitely want to stick around for what unfolds next. Follow our channel, subscribe, and stay tuned as we reveal what this success genuinely signifies beyond the glimmering lights. Achievements in K-pop are rarely clean. The instant Rosé stepped into Western recognition, discussions subtly changed behind closed doors. Gold certification didn't just elevate her status, it reshaped her role within an industry fixated on hierarchy. When one idol demonstrates they can thrive apart from their group, inevitable tension arises. Not all conflicts are public, and some pressures don't need headlines to be damaging. Within K-pop, solo achievements can be both a reward and a threat. For years, idols have been cautioned against stepping outside their group identity too boldly. Rosé's accomplishment quietly challenges that unspoken rule. Her success raises uncomfortable inquiries. If a single member can achieve success organically, what does that reveal about the system that insists idols must operate collectively or not at all? These inquiries may not trend online, but they resonate intensely within entertainment firms. Adding to the complexity is Rosé's reluctance to rush. In a time where idols are pressured to consistently release music to stay relevant, her slow approach feels almost defiant. This strategy contradicts the high-pressure environment where exhaustion is customary and overexposure is anticipated. Her steady pace isn't coincidental, it serves as a form of resistance, and in K-pop, resistance frequently comes at a steep price. Industry competition sharpens as authenticity becomes profitable. Other solo artists face intensified scrutiny. Companies start recalibrating their strategies. Fan comparisons grow louder. Quiet resentment simmers where accolades once thrived. Rosé's triumph isn't isolated, it creates waves through an already delicate ecosystem reliant on control and predictability. Meanwhile, fans perceive the change. They celebrate the landmark yet sense the emotional gravity it carries. This is not merely pride, it's acknowledgement of how uncommon it is for an idol to be appreciated for their voice and feelings rather than for showmanship. On My Mind evolves into more than just a track. It stands as proof that something is shifting even if the industry isn't ready to accept it. Yet with acknowledgement comes exposure. The higher Rosé ascends, the tighter the confines in which she can afford to falter. The environment that once safeguarded her as part of a group now observes her as an individual asset. And in K-pop, assets are never left without scrutiny for long. As Rosé's standing in the global music conversation continued to change, another truth emerged amid the applause. K-pop does not exalt individuality without carefully weighing its fallout. When an idol begins to parallel Western artists, the pressure surges not just from the industry but from expectations that are unfeasible to meet. Each release transcends mere music. It transforms into a measure of legitimacy. The success of On My Mind subtly unveils the darker workings of the system. K-pop idols are groomed to be perfect, but are seldom allowed to show their humanity. Rosé's emotionally reserved performance sharply contrasts with the glossy image the industry typically demands. This disparity creates tension as, when audiences embrace sincerity, the industry loses its most potent weapon: control over the narrative. Behind the facade, competition intensifies. Other artists are evaluated, compared, and quietly repositioned. Solo artists morph from entertainers to case studies. Companies scrutinize closely, seeking formulas to replicate something that can't be manufactured. Authenticity cannot be scripted, and this is where the pressure becomes perilous. For Rosé, the battle is no longer about demonstrating talent, it's about fighting to remain at the top. Validation from the West offers freedom, yet it also brings a sense of isolation. Freed from the group's protective shadow, she still bears its burdens. Every accomplishment serves as a standard. Every moment of silence invites conjecture. The stillness between releases grows louder than the music itself. Fans sense this shift instinctively. They celebrate her growth, but they also worry about the toll it takes. The industry seldom rewards restraint. It rewards endurance, often requiring K-pop artists to compromise personal limits for public desire. Rosé's subtle demeanor feels nearly rebellious in an arena that thrives on excess. This moment signifies a pivotal change not due to charts or accolades, but because it compels the industry to face an uncomfortable truth: idols cannot be neatly boxed into the narratives crafted for them. When an artist breaks free from that framework, the system either adapts or imposes pressure until they capitulate. While Rosé's individual success sends ripples through the global industry, its repercussions extend well beyond her solo career. Within Blackpink's ecosystem, equilibrium turns into a silent battleground. Each personal triumph enhances the group's brand, but also reignites deep-seated tensions that K-pop seldom discusses: openly internal comparisons, differing expectations, and the strain to shine without eclipsing others. In K-pop, harmony is merely a performance. Behind the scenes, every member's path is meticulously observed. Rosé's Western success subtly shifts the internal balance. She is now no longer just one-fourth of a global sensation, but a confirmed solo powerhouse. This reality compels companies to rethink their strategies, timelines, and long-term narratives, decisions often generating silent friction, not public discord. What complicates Rosé's situation further is her capacity for restraint. She doesn't pursue dominance, she avoids stirring headlines. Instead, she navigates with intentional calm, which paradoxically amplifies her influence. In an industry fueled by clamor, silence transforms into strength and power. Even inadvertent draws scrutiny. Fans detect the discomfort without needing affirmation. Conversations intensify. Comparisons resurface. Expectations rise not just for Rosé but for everyone surrounding her. This embodies the hidden toll of excellence in K-pop. When one artist shatters the mold, the system constricts around the others. Yet Rosé remains composed deftly, maneuvering the space with precision. She excels as a soloist while retaining her identity within the group, a balance few can maintain. This isn't mere luck. It's survival. And as the industry watches intently, one question quietly lingers in the background: how long can this equilibrium last before the pressure extracts its toll? While the industry was still processing Rosé's subtle upheaval, another change was emerging, one that showcased the extensive reach of idol influence beyond music. Lisa's rise as a national figure completely reframes the role of K-pop idols. No longer confined to stages and charts, she enters a realm where entertainment, economics, and national image converge. This shift is not glamorous. It comes burdened with responsibility, scrutiny, and expectations that applause cannot quantify. Behind the sleek imagery lies insatiable pressure. Representing a nation means every action bears significance. There's no margin for error, no space for scandal. Lisa's professionalism, commitment, and ability to stay quiet communicate more than any marketing could. In an industry obsessed with image, she embodies credibility, and credibility is a scarce commodity. This moment reveals a deeper truth about K-pop's progression. Idols have transitioned from mere products of their companies to ambassadors of soft power, but with that power comes solitude. When institutions put their faith in an idol, the safety net vanishes. Success morphs into a test of endurance, not just popularity. Lisa stands at that precipice, celebrated, revered, and closely observed. Together, these narratives unveil the industry's concealed reality. Global acclaim is not liberation, it's pressure refined. And as K-pop continues to reshape global culture, the question now shifts from who will ascend next to who can withstand what follows. If this narrative has transformed your perception of K-pop, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and stay connected. The next chapter of this industry is already in motion and you won't want to miss it.